Think led to you ending up in this situation?
No money.
What was the first step? You know, like you lost your job or you got a
I got beat up
divorce?
and all my.
This
Well,
is
I
just
did all
recently?
that too,
Yeah, yeah.
but they took my ID. See?
How long ago was that?
About a year.
So you've been without ID for a year?
Yeah.
And no work, huh?
No.
How you been supporting yourself?
I got a couple of friends that work at a restaurant, and sometimes they'll give me $1. Every once in a while, somebody will come by and give me a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been living on.
Yeah. Enough for cigarettes, huh?
Yeah, every once in a while, beer.
So do you feel safe?
Nobody bothers me.
Yeah.
This is the hardest place here because of all these people.
Right.
I go down here to the park. Nobody bothers me there unless they want a cigarette. Yeah,
So the police don't come around and roust you at night, or they really? So it's okay to camp in the parks here?
no, you can't stay in the park. I don't stay in the park.
Right.
I just got a place I go, and nobody bothers me.
And you've been there for a year, huh? Same place? Right.
The only thing they do is they keep stealing my damn blanket.
Oh, yeah?
I got a pillow, they don't take my pillow. You know,
Right.
one of those big bed pillows?
Yeah.
That's what I lay on, so I don't have to lay on the ground.
Right.
And I keep getting these army blankets, and they keep stealing the damn thing. But you don't really need them now. But every time I get one, somebody takes it. They just stand down, you go get a bedroll, might as well sell it because somebody's going to steal it.
Right. So how was the winter?
I have that problem.
Did you go to any shelters, or you stay outside the whole
I don't
time?
go to shows. I can't get a TV card.
Oh, right.
I test positive.
My name is Anthony Adams. The first time I found out, or what happened to me, how I ended up out here, I was living, I had 2 jobs. I was doing good, I was doing great. You know, I had a car and things like that. I worked in construction, I even had a delivery service, but I was recently married and then we had problems, and I ended up, I couldn't stay with her at her parents' house, or I couldn't go back home to my house. I was having problems with my brother and things like that, and ended up on the streets. That happened a couple of years ago. Just this past year, in March, I had a roommate that his money order got stolen or misplaced, and then we couldn't pay the rent. So I ended up back on the streets again. I went through other agencies or churches, and Compassion Hope Center on Swan and 22nd Street. I went through the Primavera program, the Jim and Vicky Click Primavera program, the program there to help me get into the shelter there. I was there for 90 days.
If you set one goal and the step to become normal again, what would it be?
My one goal is to be able to get myself under control or self-sufficient, to be able to get myself out of here, get a place. I'm looking into going to the Jackson program. That's a well-known program that helps homeless people get back on track. They would help me get a job. They'll help me with the place to live. You know, being homeless, I think the main problem is not having a home. You know, so that's why they're called homeless, because they don't have a home. And just being able to have that support to be able to get a place to live and then a job, and then that I can go from there. I would think that I could just get back on my feet. But I need a place to live. I need a job. I need a place to get cleaned up.
Are you getting any assistance?
Yes, I am. I'm getting some assistance from the Salvation Army, and then the Jackson program. I'm looking into that.
What's the Salvation Army doing for you?
Well, the Salvation Army right now is giving me a 7-day stay.
Right.
And then, so that helps me get cleaned up. That helps me have a bed to sleep, and then and then it helps me clean my clothes. Help me to get what I need. If I need to get something to eat, to have dinner, and to have breakfast, just a place to be able to lie down and go to sleep. You know, to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That is the recommended amount from like the Surgeon General. And a lot of people that are homeless end up in the parks or in drainage dumps, or at one point I lived underneath the the train tracks right there. I'd just sleep there. But even then, it was starting to get too cold for me, so I tried to go back home to my place, 4710 South Irvington Road. My place, my dad, Black Man Clay, and his wife, Annie from Vancouver, California, had a place. My brother, he just got out of prison like after 8 years and had to deal with his, mental illness and things like that. But somehow I got, I guess maybe into a squeeze play or something. I ended up on the streets between my brother and my wife. She was a young girl, Jasmine. She's 18. Like, she's 21 now. I'm 46. So we had a lot of irreconcilable differences on our marriage and our relationship. So, but I ended up out here, and I was like over at the Hampton House, and I met this other guy, John Job, and we ended up getting a place by 29th and Craycroft, right off of Craycroft. But that got a little crazy. Then we ended up losing that place when he lost his money. So
how long were you there?
Almost 6 months. We almost got through the lease, but it didn't.
Were you working?
Yeah, I was working for Telemar staffing agency off of right on 22nd Street in Craycroft. They got me to work over at the Speedway Landfill Recycle on Speedway and Prudence, and I was there for about almost 10 months. I was doing really good. I even bought a car, or like over at Wise Guys, but then that fell apart when I was working at Delicious Deliveries. Go to over 100 restaurants in the city of Tucson, deliver to the customer. So I had money. I had 2 jobs, and I was making like close to $500-600 a week. So I was doing really well. But then, like I said, all it takes is to. I might have been working a little too much. I ended up getting laid off at the Speedway Landfill Recycle. I was coming late a couple of days driving and things like having 2 jobs. But then once the car broke down, I ended up back at Labor Systems on 22nd and Craycroft. We built the new Walmart store there on 22nd and Craycroft. The grand opening was just March 2008. But then just losing the job and losing the place at home there, and then I just ended up back on the streets here, back over here. And I went like to Compassion Hope Center, but I wasn't getting out working anymore. I went to DES. I tried to put in some applications like Golden Corral and Home Buffet. I was a cook in the Air Force during the Cold War, the 86 to 90. And then, but then I decided to come back over here because that's where at least I can get help from R&R, the Rest and Relief Center, right over here on 18th Street, the Primavera program. So I would say the program was a success, 8 steps to success, and I learned some workshops on interviews and resumes, and those are a big help, things like that too. And then 90-day stay at the shelter there on Vincent Highway. That was good because that would help me stabilize myself and at least get myself into a routine, like a business routine, or going to school every day, or a business to try to get yourself back together off the streets. But it is hard to get out of that type of a mentality because a lot of people, it's like just sinking into the cracks. So you fall through the